Jerusalem, we made the drive down to Bethlehem. We stopped at the Bethlehem Souvenir Center Company. It seems like it's a very common stop before you go to Manger Square in the Church of the Nativity. We shopped there for a few minutes. The proceeds benefit the Christians that live in the area of Bethlehem, and then it was off to the Manger Square in the beautiful Church of the Nativity.
So God imparts to human heart the blessings of His hand.
Friends, we are in the Church of the Nativity. We enter through the west side of the church. It has a shape of a cross. We're standing in the right wing of the cross. Okay? So this is the right wing of the cross. The cave is down here. The exit from the other side. Most of what you see here is Greek Orthodox. The left wing, when we exit, you're going to see two altars, and that what belongs to the Armenians. Through that door, you go to another big one. It's called St. Catherine, and that's the Catholic part of the church. The cave, what is believed may the appearance of Jesus, they share it. They share the worshiping time down there every day, in the morning and in the afternoon. So within 20 minutes, there will be a procession for the Armenians. 12 o'clock was the Catholic. 3:30, it will be the Greek Orthodox. And you still have weddings, funerals, baptisms, all kinds of ceremonies still take place here. So this is the oldest active church in the whole world. We go down to the cave. What you should know, that's not the original size of the cave. It used to be at least 10 times bigger. And the shape of the cave, you see when you go down there, goes back to the 15th century. See, church have a shape of a cross. The cave have the shape of Jesus crucified. Entrance and exit, they show the hands. Okay, even the stairs, if you look at them, there's five stairs. And it's like your hand being open. Okay, the other side look the same. When you go downstairs to the right side, you're going to see the Star of Bethlehem that marks the birthplace of Jesus. You can kneel down, touch it, it's not a photo. If you put your hand in the middle of it, you'll be able to touch the bedrock of the cave. All the cave down there is covered with white marble, and that was protection from those pilgrims who used to come here hundreds of years ago, break the stone, take it as a blessing, as a souvenir. So they covered everything with marble, curtains. No one can see or touch anything except if you put your hand in the middle of the Star of Bethlehem. Only this deep, you touch the bedrock of the cave. So the birthplace, marked with the star, also it's the head. And the rest of the cave, it will be Jesus' body. It's not going to make any sense until we're down there. Trust me. Okay, friends, first of all, as you saw, the church has a shape of a cross. We entered from the west, altar is on the east, always. But here down there have the shape of Jesus crucified. What you should know, that what you saw down there, that's not the original size of the cave. The cave goes more to this direction, and there's another entrance to it from the Roman Catholic side. So, what I want you to imagine is, okay, let us think that my hand is the cave, stretching from this side to this side. So when Mary came here after a long journey, she wanted to go down to the cave to give birth of Jesus, because that was the only place where she can have some privacy. So she went down to the cave from the original entrance, which used to be from that direction, down to the cave to the very end of it. So the star area and the manger area down there, that used to be the very end of the cave. So that's what they choose to put the star where it's located. Mary might give birth to Jesus anywhere in the cave, not necessarily where the star is located. The reason is it's the very end of the cave. After Mary gave birth to Jesus, she wrapped him with a swaddling cloth and put him in a feeding tub, which is made out of stone.
Oh, well, yeah.
Stone,
Yeah.
not wood. It's a stone container. It will be located in the very end of the cave. It will be like this height, around 4 feet, maybe 3 feet, more or less. So it can fit all kind of animals, horses, donkeys. So Mary, there's nothing ready for Jesus. She wanna put him in bed. She wrapped him with a swaddling cloth. So in that feeding trough of the container, there was like grass for the animals to eat. She pushed it a little bit, and she put Jesus in the very end of that feeding trough. So imagine it this way. There is an animal eating, a horse, a donkey eating the grass, and at the same time it's blowing its warm breath that Jesus make him warm, okay? It will be this height, so animals would not put their legs in the food. So Jesus was completely safe, okay? The Holy Family stayed in Bethlehem for around 2 years. When King Herod gave the order to kill babies, not infants. When we say baby, it's around 1.5 up to 2 years. So the Holy Family stayed in Bethlehem up to 2 years. After that, they immigrated to Egypt, stayed down there around 3 years, and after that they came back, but never to Bethlehem, never to Jerusalem, to Nazareth. So Jesus been only once in the town here, the town of his birth. How the Holy Family lived in Egypt, the tradition says that they sold the gift they received from the 3 wise men, the gold, the myrrh, and incense. Let us talk a little bit about Mary. In Bethlehem, we have dozens of churches memorizing the places where Mary rested, where Mary she stopped to drink water. So there is a cave, they built the church on top of that cave. There is a well, they built the church on top of that well. And that's from Nazareth to Bethlehem. And also the Byzantine, they built churches along the way from Jerusalem to Cairo. They used to say that when a bell rings in a church in Jerusalem, you would hear it in Cairo, because all the churches on the coastal side will be ringing the bell. So if you're in Cairo, you will hear it. If you're in Jerusalem, you will hear it in Cairo. You can imagine. It's believed that it took the Holy Family around 9 months going to Egypt. They stayed around 3 years down there, and after that, coming to to Nazareth, after they know that King Herod died. So that's why they came here. So Mary and Joseph came to the town of Bethlehem because they are from the house and the lineage of King David. It's believed that Joseph used to live in Nazareth. He is a builder. Maybe he had an opportunity to work over there, so that's why he used to live in Nazareth. When the time came for the census, he brought his wife, his fiancée, to Bethlehem, because both of them from the house and of David. And it happens that in this town, Mary would give the baby. And he was born the same way a sacrifice would be born, which is in a cave. Okay? That's the connection between the shepherds, why they were the first to receive the news about the birth of Jesus. For the first 300 years, early Christians, until the year 135 AD, a lot of them, they used to worship in the caves that have connection with the life of Mary, Joseph, and Jesus, according to the tradition, oral tradition that they used to receive from back in the days. In the year 135 AD, we know that Emperor Hadrian, a Roman emperor, built a pagan temple on top of this cave. So the Christians stopped worshipping here. Actually, early Christians used to worship in the synagogues with the Jewish, and some of them, they would worship in the caves that have connection with the life of Jesus. So Emperor Hadrian, he built a pagan temple on top of that cave, and he put statues for the pagan gods down there. So Christians started avoid coming to this place. Helena, in the year 315, she came to the Holy Land doing her pilgrimage, giving the order to build churches on top of the sites that have connection with Jesus' life. According to the oral tradition, she was told about this place, found the temple, demolished it, and built the first church, and it used to have an octagonal shape on top of the cave only. Forget about all of this, just an octagonal shaped church on top of the cave. The entrance to it used to be from this side. So you go from down here all the way to the very end of the cave to the third place. Okay? The rest of the cave from this direction, it ended up to be a monastery for the monks. We have a monk who lived down here. His name is Jerome, or Hieronymus. Jerome, he's Croatian. he came to the Holy Land and he lived in Bethlehem for around 36 years. 10 years he spent it learning Greek and Aramaic, and 26 years he spent it translating the Bible from its original scriptures, Greek and Aramaic, to the Latin Vulgate. Vulgata, which is the common language of Europe, the source. Okay? Martin Luther translated the Vulgata to German. King James translated the Vulgata to German. So all of them, they translated what was translated. He lived here, he died here, he was buried in the cave on the other side until the Crusades came here and they took his bones. Nowadays it's in Santa Maria di Maggiore.